What is up, everyone? Welcome to the first draft quickie. The goal of these videos is simply to talk about prospect that I wouldn't normally have the time to build a full video on because, well, I'm just not fast enough and I'm busy. So between full scouting reports and rankings and podcasts and mock drafts and all those beautiful things, I'll try to pop a few draft quickies here and there. And to start the show, we take a look at Jakob IHS Wozniak. Wozniak is one of those players that was supposed to be a top prospect in this draft, but didn't live up to expectations. He broke the record for the most points in the J20 National in Sweden for an under-17 player for not even a year until Viggo Bjork came along and shattered that thing. But impressive nonetheless, considering that's better than players like Lucas Raymond, William Nylander, and Philip Forsberg. Wozniak is a 6'3" right winger / sometime center who's ranked a little bit all over the place, from 51st by Button to 21st by Smart Scouting, but that's a preliminary ranking, so I doubt they still have him there, but who knows really. This season, he's only been putting decent numbers compared to last year with 57 points in 40 games, putting him on par with players like Noah Dauer-Nilsson, William Karlsson, Emil Heinemann, Lars Eller. Nothing record-breaking, but decent numbers nonetheless. In terms of style, Wozniak has a little bit of a dual threat element to his game. I could say that the vision and passing have top 6 upside, and so does his shot. He can beat goalies from mid-range, and he can beat goalies from in tight, and he doesn't need that much space or time to fire it. But my problem with Wozniak is twofold or threefold or maybe just multiple fold. He doesn't have a ton of pace to his game, and it's not just his skating. I think the skating project good enough for the NHL, but he holds on to pucks, misreads plays, and completely does not process the game quick enough to execute on available plays. He's got good enough playmaking, but mostly at a standstill. He doesn't create nearly with the same confidence or the same success rate when he's on the move. Even if he has the hands to play in traffic, that's rarely the choice that he makes. He'd rather work with space, which, as you probably know, it's a bit of a problem because there's not so much of it in the NHL. He sometimes freezes with the puck on his stick on clean entries, and he lets the back check and the defenders catch up to him, and the play dies right there. But there's also times where he can manipulate and freeze a defenseman to open a passing lane and make nice little plays along the board to move the puck to the inside, but it's not consistent, and too often he just waits for the plays to happen. He could take a few strides, grab the puck and make something with it, but instead he just waits for it to magically appear on his stick so he can take a shot. It's not ideal, but there's also better games. I like the forecheck though. I saw him create quite a few steals and being very disruptive, which was really nice to see, and he actually made something with the steals, like putting the puck back into the slot for a high-danger chance. Overall, Wozniak right now is a player that needs power play time to be at his best so he can work with space and time, and that might just be what he becomes at the NHL level, a power play specialist. And when you watch him play on the same line with Frondell internationally, it's pretty clear that there's a pretty massive gap between the two. Wozniak has first-round tools, but he hasn't found a way to put it all together for now, and personally, I'm not sure I would take him in the first, but there's still time. But he has plenty to work with, and he could find a spot as a complementary winger in the middle 6. So there you go, that is it for the first draft quickie of the year. Hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one. Peace.